I believe that retirement is like going out of fashion or simply just dumb. It's just an incredible concept to me. I mean, I grew up in an era, I'm 72 years old already, and in an era where, God, what you do is at 60 years old or something, you move down to Florida. I lived in Pennsylvania, in the cold weather up there. And you move down to Florida and play golf for the rest of your life. I think, God, why do I want to do something that I'm lousy at for the rest of my life? I mean, if I was a good golfer, I'd be a professional golfer or something and really, contribute something. But boy, just to do that just seems nuts to me. And that's why I think most people in Florida just seem cranky to me. They're working on their golf game or their social life. I mean, part of that is important, but it's not a reason to live. I mean, I think the reason we're here is to contribute to other people, and to help. So maybe you want to do that as a nonprofit or a volunteer. I mean, that's the joy of living. It's not saying how much toys you can get and accumulate more, and, sit on the beach for the rest of your life. Who needs you in the world if you're just doing that? There's so many problems to solve. And also what I see is as you get older, man, I think people retire. If you want to retire in your job, I just think you have the wrong job. You're doing the wrong thing. You don't want to be there. So it's drudgery. It's eating you from the inside out, and it's miserable every day. So I think our goal in life is not to retire. It's to build a life that we're contributing as much as possible and doing something and having control of our life. And I think now with the internet and everything in our society that's available, we can do that. And if we have a job that we have to keep making money on it or whatever, man, we could start doing that part-time. Why not, instead of investing in the stock market or something with your extra cash, you invest in something that really gives you money and you learn that you could do for the rest of your life on part-time or something. I mean, you have you're an artist or whatever, man, there's websites now on the internet. They're giving out $1 million a month for people to live on as an artist. So maybe you could start doing something like that, or you have another idea, or you have a nonprofit you want to start. That's something that you could build to learn how to give income to you for the rest of your life. You're worried about Social Security not being enough or whatever, but there's other ways to make money. And not in a traditional job. There's more. I mean, they say now, I see data, in 5 years, 50% of us will be freelancers, making money just from home, freelancing, doing things on the internet or using Uber or Airbnb and all these ways to make money on the side. Or develop a service or a practice. You always want to be a coach. So get paid and learn, how to be a coach. And that's what you could do. You could learn things on the internet now more than any before. You don't have to get degrees. You don't have to get, certified and all that, unless you want to be some old established profession. But all the new stuff you could do without any training or whatever. And man, I mean, to me, that's the way I stay healthy. I think I'm more energetic about life now than I ever have been. And that's really because I have something I want to do every day and I can't wait to get up to do it. Man, it's more fun than playing golf. I'm shitty at golf. Why do I want to do something? I'm good at helping people find something that could help them in life. And that's why I think, man, I'm going to do this till I die. So I mean, that's what we should be working for. I mean, I think we just get trapped in professions, that we thought were good and somebody told us they were good, and so we're there already 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30, 40, whatever. I don't even know why the hell we're stuck there until we retire. Well, even if you are, you could start working part-time. Taking your effort part-time. Look around for these opportunities. Test ideas. It costs no money. Why? I mean, that's why when people take about their investments, they give all their money to some investment advisor who's going to lose it on Wall Street. You have no control over that stuff. Man, it's trying to outguess the other idiots that are doing this stuff. If you're investing all in something that you learn, you're knowing it better than anybody else because you're thinking about it every day. That's what to do with your life, I feel. And that's why then retirement becomes silly, You don't have to worry about it because you're getting up every day. Just can't wait. It's like getting up to go on vacation every day because what you're doing you think is important. And what you're doing is important is more fun than going on vacation unless you're run down and working too hard. So we all need that kind of, recharging and things like that, to have a balanced life. That's what it is. But now, particularly, we're living so long. Well, I mean, retiring at 62, you want to sit on your butt for 30 years? You don't have to. You start a whole new career. You can go back to college. That's right, at 60 years old for free. Get a whole new degree, become a doctor, become a lawyer. Something you always wanted to do. You're going to live 30 more years, so what the hell? That's what's so neat about life. We're living longer, it means we can contribute longer. And we don't have to worry about Social Security paying for everything because the jobs aren't factory jobs anymore. All that Social Security to me and mine was set up when most of us worked in factories. My dad had a factory. I used to work there too, and it was miserable. Most miserable days I spent my life working in a factory. I said, God, I don't want to spend my life working like this. I mean, this is nuts. Half my waking life is spent doing something that's miserable, like sitting in a dentist chair for half the day every day. I don't want to do that. And now in the internet and what's available in our society, that's not necessary. You don't have to live like that. It's all out there. You got to take a little risk, and not much at all, because everything on the internet is free. It's easy to test. You got to test. Try this, try this. Nobody knows what works, and nobody knows what works for you. So you just follow your heart. Think of one thing, try it. Shit, doesn't work. Try something else. That's what's neat about everything out there. You could just keep trying and failing till you figure it out, and it won't cost you a nickel. Okay, the internet has become real important in our lives, right? I mean, all the job applications, the information, health problems can be solved. I mean, so much. If you don't have the internet, man, I think you're screwed in today's life, and that's why there's more and more programs popping up for you to get the internet. Like now, you could borrow the internet from your public library. Depending on where you live, this seems to be a new program that's popping up. Like New York public libraries have it, where you can take it for a year. That's like, you go to the public library, sign up, all you need is a card. They have no income requirements at all, and you get like a hotspot that you take home, and somebody else is paying for your internet that you have at home. Man, you don't have to go to the library to use it. You use it at home. Yeah, it's the same. St. Paul has this too in their library system. See, the library is becoming hip. We did an interview with the local public librarian too, that you could come into the library, at his public library, man, and they'll sit down with you and help you set up your business online. You don't have to hire an expert, kinds of things. Man, it's so important. I mean, and kids, like, I think 50% of low-income children have no internet access at home. How the hell are you going to do anything in life now anymore? The information and the help and everything, the opportunities are here, and if you don't have that, man, I think you're behind the 8 ball and you can't take advantage of things, and forever. Even older people aren't used to it. Man, you got to start getting used to it. You're going to live for another 10, 20 years, and all the help that you got to know about, whether it's medical help or money help or anything, it's available here on the internet. And so that's why there's many organizations now giving this out for next to nothing or whatever. The people really need it because you're out of the system. Man, if we spend so much money educating kids and they don't have internet, that's silly. And the same, if low-income people don't have internet to get out of their low-income status, that's the only way you're going to get out of that status anymore. You have to have it. And there's another organization, Connect. Oh, what the heck it is? Connect. Connect2compete.org. That's the name of the organization. And they're a group of cable providers that are really managed by the government, who provide their internet services for free or next to nothing. So you could check out that too. And we did an interview on them on the past, about them, a video link on YouTube. We have that. So it's all this stuff that's out there, and they look at the local library. I mean, I've been giving speech to libraries where even have 3D computers you could use. Man, the inventor spaces, you go there and you're an inventor and they get all this free help for you at your local public library. Remember them? The public library thought they would disappear. No, they're becoming more important because they're the ones that know how to use these tools, you know. and you could get help, and you can always get them on the phone, man. I just text the public library people at New York City Public Library, 8.5 million people, you know, and they like 2-3 million people, no internet access at home. So that's why it's so important, you know, to get this internet access. I mean, I think it should be free for everybody. It should be like the roads. We have the roads to get to where we have to do and do things that are publicly funded. Well, now, man, it should be the internet. It's becoming more important, I think, than the roads in our society. And there's some cities that are going that way. I mean, what is it? Some of them in Tennessee, I know that they have internet access probably for everybody. I mean, Korea, South Korea, it's almost next to nothing, and everybody gets it over there. They're the ones that are going to compete in the world. I use it all the time to make money and to do all the things I want. And we're all going to live more and more that way. If you're not now, it's coming to a laptop near you soon. Okay, this is the 5th and last step that you should cover in our video ebook of the step-by-step program of finding all the money and help that's available to fix up a house or even buy a new house. And here is the secret little websites that HUD has to make sure you haven't missed anything. So watch this. It goes step by step. Watch. Okay, now you want to make sure that you didn't miss any federal programs when you're going to all these state agencies, because sometimes they give you the federal program, sometimes they don't. They're just talking about their own programs, stuff like that. So it's good to also to check back at HUD has they have a nice website that, you know, at least make sure you get all the federal programs. HUD.gov. Okay, you just put that in, and then, you know, pretty like for fixing up a home. Okay, well, you put fix up, right? Let's see, how do you fix up a home program, contact community. Okay, fix up Kentucky. Fix up Kentucky. Home repair, that's what it is. That's what I was trying to think of. Okay, there's a website at HUD that is good to make sure that you didn't miss some of the major basic major programs, you know, because when you go state by state and the local and stuff like that, they have all their programs they're talking about, and sometimes they throw in the national ones and sometimes they don't. So to make sure that you have them covered, if you put Home Repair Kentucky up here, you go to HUD.com, .gov, HUD.gov, and then put Home Repair, R-I-P-A-I-R, right, and Kentucky, and to make sure you have those home repair. See, there's a home repair for any state. So you can put in Kentucky, you can put it in New York, you can put it in New Jersey, anything you want. So you get to that one. And then here, okay, so they have the major programs. See this home program and the community development block grant program. They're the ones. So if you click on here, what will happen, you have the people in Kentucky who run that program, because that's one of the programs that goes to the, you know, it's federal money, goes to the state, and then goes to some agency that you may or may not found when we were looking around at agencies. So we want to make sure we have that. So for the main thing, so there's cities, your city isn't there for Bowling Green, so I would contact this guy, I'd email him and say, hey, I want to make sure I have the home program for Bowling Green, and he'll tell you how to do it. Yeah, that's what it is. You use these bureaucrats, they work for you. You know, you just have to know where they are. So home ownership, Kentucky, is another, you know, and because they're the repair programs. These are the ownership programs. You know, and I think we cover the ones assistance program, the counseling for codes, and so that's to make sure you have it. And then you just click on, see, and then put assistance program resource and maintain your home. So what? Here's your Bowling Green. You know, yes, it's going to leave. Go to there, and see, we've already been there. City of Bowling Green. Yeah, customer service. So to make sure you. Because they have money from another program maybe that they don't list. See, they have housing assistance here. So that's the way to find that. And so that's the, well, that was the, oh, I'm sorry. Where's the neighborhood? Okay, that's, that was HUD, HUD.gov. Because there was one other, I think, on the home repairs we didn't show. So home repairs, Kentucky. Okay, so home repairs, Kentucky, and see the community development block grants. That's another good one. You want to make sure you know where all that money. See if there's any money. There's Bowling Green, housing and community development. Okay, there's one that I think we missed. Going through all that stuff because I don't think we saw that when we went state by state. So that's why you can catch those things you missed, and so it's very important to do that. Okay, now next we're going to find out about neighbors that will help you fix up your house for free. Right? See, there's still more stuff like that. That's why it takes a lot of work, but it's out there. And if you don't put in the work, man, you ain't gonna find it. You know, when you go on the internet, you look at these crowdfunding sites, you know, that sell products. These are new ideas, you know, that are not on the market yet. You know, people dream them up and then they talk about them, and then you send them money before they even make them. And that's neat. But so many of those new ideas are like high-tech products, you know, and new technology. Well, man, you can also use the system for old technology. Here's an interview of a guy who says, old tech, you know, how to make money with old technology, not new technology. And God, he's doing it, you know, with a $20 item. So he's raising money for this $20 little vacuum Ziploc bag kind of stuff that you can put your food in and last forever, or you go camping with this stuff. And it's just on a hand pump. I mean, the gadgets now that are out there that do this, you know, electronically, man, they're $100. You know, so he designed a thing that he's got a prototype of it, you know, and it's only going to be $20, and he's raising money on the internet so he can manufacture these things. So you can do it all. You do it all yourself. You don't have to go to the big guys anymore. There's no more gatekeepers to keep you from doing anything, and people with big cigars or fancy outfits telling you, you know, hey kid, that's not gonna work. No, you go out and find out yourself. And you can now, and it doesn't have to be all high-tech whiz gizmo stuff. No, old tech works too. You know, it's called appropriate technology. Why get a big hammer for a little tack, you know? You just need a little tack hammer, you know? And so you use something that's appropriate. And it's the same way with this old technology, and this is what he's taking advantage of. And man, he's starting a whole new career on this thing. So that's what's neat about the internet now. So watch this. Well, Daniel Fu with vacuum clicker. Now, I better spell that for people because I flunked English in college. VACUUMCLICKA.com. And that's where you can click there, and then it clicks you to crowdfunding on Kickstarter, and you get this gadget, man, for $15 that let you keep, you know, food as fresh as in the garden forever, right?
sure. Well, I don't know about forever, but you know, it's very fresh all the time. That's for sure.
Yeah. But it's little bags and cartridges, a little hand pump for 15 bucks. You put your food in there, you take out the air, throw it in the freezer, and no freezer burn, and you got it forever, huh?
It's like those infomercials, right?
Yes, I remember. And wait, there's more.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But it is a handy thing, and all these people, I see these machines, that they got in the, the Targets and stuff that charge a big money to do all that kind of stuff.
Well, basically, yeah. What we wanted to do was have a product that can do the same thing, but without so much money. Like the machines are $200, and then you got the proprietary bags and whatnot that you got to buy. Here we have, inexpensive gadget that clicks to almost virtually any bags.
Wow.
And that can suck out any air inside the bag.
So you go to the supermarket, you get a bag of peas or corn or whatever, and you want to keep it fresh, then you put this little gadget on the thing, put the seal on top, and it's not a machine you seal it with, it's just a little clip, and you suck it out, put it in the refrigerator, and you're golden, man. You got fresh fruit in there for a long time.
We call it good old manual labor,
Good old manual labor, because you can do it camping too, can't you?
That's right. It's great for living off the grid. That's what exactly.
That's right. And you can live longer. Actually, we're growing for my boy who's an organic farmer and an IT guy. He turned our backyard into a garden. So we're going to have fresh fruit and vegetables right in the garden. So this will be great. Now, I put them in these little bags and they stay fresher in the refrigerator forever, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, this is, as you say, it looks like those infomercials. You got to be a Home Shopping soon or QVC, man. You're going to sell the hell out of it. But you are selling the hell out of it. Man, you got the 75,000 Canadian or 85,000 Canadian dollars already. But you could buy it anywhere in the world, right? It goes US dollars, right. Canadian dollars. You guys in Vancouver, but...
That's right. We will fulfill anywhere in the world. We're doing international shipping after all the Kickstarter funding is done. And we're very excited. I mean, the amount of response we've received from Kickstarter has just been super overwhelming. We have buyers from all over the place. Backers from Asia, backers from Europe, backers from South Africa.
Places where they don't even have refrigerators, they're buying this thing, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Hey, as long as they want it, we'll sell it to them.
Right. Hey, it's a good entrepreneur. Right. Well, what did you learn? I mean, is this your first Kickstarter campaign?
This is definitely my partner in my first Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah, and you're blowing the roof off because and we were asking for 15,000. You're up to 85,000 already. And what is the key thing that you were surprised, about the process that you didn't realize?
I think the main takeaway from Kickstarter funding is that the community is super tight knit. If they don't like something, they're very vocal about it. They'll tell you right away. If they have any kind of comments or any kind of ideas, it's great. It's not only is it crowdfunding, they feel like they're part of the process of building your company. They give you ideas. They give you feedback, whether it be negative or positive.
Well, you need honest feedback.
Yeah, it's honest feedback. It's honesty, and what better place?
Yeah, it's not a relative,
It's better than doing like a survey of like your customers. I mean, this is the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in this technology phase nowadays where you can source a product, crowdfund it, and have your clientele give you direct feedback.
All the way. So in other words, you can find the product, get a sample, put it on Kickstarter, get customers right away, and man, never see a fat cat in the middle.
For sure.
That's what's so great about it. Well, this is wonderful, Daniel, and it's nice that you and your partner, what is his name, Rick? Is that your partner? Yeah. Just have this. This is your first campaign, knocking the socks off it. It looks like it's going to, be more all over the world, very soon. Now that you've Kickstarter convinced you there's a market for this thing, right?
Totally. It's honestly a great avenue for new entrepreneurs to launch new products, launch new businesses, And we couldn't be happier, honestly.
Yeah. No, I believe. Well, you should be. You're greedy suckers. $85,000 and get in now. And actually, the video is wonderful. I don't know who did the video out there, but it's charming. You know the way you did the video. So people should watch the video on Kickstarter, and you get there by VacuumClicka, VacuumClicka.com.
That's right.
And you'll see Daniel's and Rick's idea there. And it's going to make your money, save your money, and make you eat well. Thank you, Daniel. Take care.
Thank you, Matt. Have a good one, eh?
Now here's a way that people don't realize you could use the internet for. You know, if you have an existing business, and say you just punking along doing, it's not bad or whatever, but you're trying to grow, and you talk to consultants and experts in your family, and everybody's got a harebrained idea about how you could make $1 gazillion on that little business of yours, buddy, if you just did what I say, And they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Everybody's got ideas. Ideas are cheap, and nobody really knows the answer for sure about what idea is going to work, But there is one way now. The internet allows you to test your idea for next to nothing to grow your existing business. So you already have a way you're making a little money on your business, but hey, what if I do something different? So how do you test that to make sure? Well, use the internet on these crowdfunding sites. Now here's an interview of a guy with a decent little business going along, and he was making things like for museum shops, and some specialty items. And then he said, boy, if I put a new line in, I have to make it, I have to produce it, then go out and sell it to my existing customers and see if it works or whatever, and get an inventory and everything. No. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you go to these crowdfunding sites and you put your new product on here that you haven't even made yet. You haven't manufactured, you just got a sample, and you see if it works or whatever. And this guy did it. He got $300,000. Wow! Now you know it works. Now you can go make it because you have all the money possible to make it and expand your business line. So that's why I think it's just an incredible way now we have to test new ideas. Instead of going to existing customers and banging them or making products and going out and selling them. No, hey, is this a way to do it? And also, you have nothing to lose. Because when you do something like the Kickstarters or the Indiegogos and all these other crowdfunding sites, what happens is you get feedback. See, the most important thing about any idea you have that you think will sell is, God, it's getting customer feedback. They tell you what to do. We're all guessing. Until somebody puts up money, and shells out money, like market studies, man, who cares about a market study? You go, hey, would you buy a green plum or something like that? Who the hell knows? Until they put the money up, they're lying. They don't know for sure. And so that's why, man, this is the greatest market study feedback. They'll tell you what's wrong with it right as soon as they see the picture or see your little video about the product. And it costs you nothing to do it. You make a little video of your idea or whatever and put on these internet sites. You don't need a business plan. You don't need credit checks, nothing. The people throw you money, have no idea who the hell you are. It's phenomenal. I don't understand. And they don't even need the product now. They give you money, and then, okay, I'll get it whenever you get it. Whenever you finish making it, just send me one. Wow. Imagine going in the store and they're showing you something. Hey, in January, we're going to have this product. Would you like to buy one now? And it's only September or whatever. We'll be here in 4 or 5 months. You could come back and pick it up, but just give me your money. Man, you're not going to do that, right? You're going to wait till you see it. No, it's not like that on the internet, man. You don't have to have nothing. People send you money. It doesn't get easier than that. But more so, this is how I think we as a nation are going to grow so much faster, because we can get ideas out there. Hey, and the people will tell you it's stupid. Fine, okay, if it's stupid, fine, I'll go back and think of something else. That's what it is. So you don't have to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, whatever, to get the product and go to shelves and see and then find out it's stupid. No, you find out you're dumb fast with no money. Because we're all dumb, Man, I've written 100 books, you know, and I learned the hard way, you know. Was every time I'd write a book for a year, and I read 100, and only 10 made money. So I'm wrong 90% of the time. Then I got smart. I started doing my own crowdfunding. I would put ads for the book that I haven't written yet, and then see if people send checks. You know, then that way, hey, okay, I'll do that book. I send them back the money with some excuse or apology, and then I go write that book because I know it's going to sell. Well, you know, if I'm wrong 90% of the time, why do I want to spend 90% of my time doing stuff nobody else wants? It's like making love to yourself, right? Nah, you don't want to do that. You want to make love to somebody else. You want to help somebody else. Yeah, and that's what, you know, this crowdfunding and the internet allows you to do. Watch this interview, how this guy did. Yeah, and he's no 20-year-old geek or something like that. No, he's a mature guy, been in business for a while. Yeah, this is the way to grow. Watch how he grows. Well, Stephen King, PrisonDesigns.com. Now you are, like, still hold the record on crowdfunding at Kickstarting for a stylist. Well, you can make $300,000 before people even knew how to spell Kickstarter, right?
Yes. It's, I'm one of those Kickstarter success stories, and I mean, it changed my life.
Right.
I was a jewelry designer selling to zoos, museums, and aquariums. And 6 weeks later, after my Kickstarter campaign, I was a tech accessories designer. And now it's 3 years later, and I'm still doing it. And,
well, now though, but you've taken a step further, right? So you made it's like a pocket protector for a stylist, but not for your pocket. You slap it onto your iPad, right?
Yes. The new product. So here's the hand stylus.
Right.
In shocking red.
Right.
But how do you keep a stylus or a pen with your iPad?
Yeah.
And it turns out the iPad has magnets embedded in it. So when you fold it up into a stand, there's magnets that are holding it together.
I see.
take advantage of those magnets, and this thing just snaps
on, yeah,
and slides off. And so suddenly you've got a beautiful Italian leather case that you can keep your stylus or a ballpoint pen or both, and it adheres to an iPad using the magic of magnetism.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just not a little, I mean, that thing seems really on there because it looks like you'd use it as a handle for your iPad too, right?
Well, the magnets, most people know that Apple puts one magnet in the smart cover that turns it on and off into the sleep mode.
I see.
And so if there was just one magnet in there, this wouldn't work. But it turns out Apple has a dozen more magnets to help the stand stay together. And those magnets, they're not just the regular bar magnet, iron magnet that you and I maybe grew up with. They're rare earth neodymium magnets that are super strong. These are the same magnets that they use in wind turbines and in superconductivity. So they're thin, but they are strong. And yeah, you're right. This snaps on.
Well, that's wonderful, because then I mean, people don't have pockets now. Where are you going to put those things? You know, and so you got it right with your, you know, your iPad or whatever all the time, and a stylus. And you said that what I can't get over, that leather is biodegradable or something. What is that?
Well, I mean, you know, you take a pair of leather shoes and you throw them out in the forest. They're organic.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're going to decompose.
Yeah.
And tin, the same thing.
I see.
It's really only two components, tin and leather. And you throw a tin can out in the woods. Yeah, it doesn't look good, but it's going to rust and it's going to go back into the earth. And,
wow.
You know, it's not like plastic where you're stuck with it.
Right. So does Smokey the Bear know that? You know, I mean, that's what I'm yelling. So everything is biodegradable too. I mean, that's right. And you knew that because you were telling me earlier that you got a degree in ecology, you know.
Environmental studies.
Environmental studies before people knew what it was. Sort of like Kickstarter before people knew what it was. Yeah, just a man ahead of your time. Sorry?
And it used to be small businesses that were concerned with being green, and now Fortune 500 has discovered that being efficient is being green, and so
it's a marketing tool, man. You're getting customers by doing that, right?
No, and if the singularity is going to come and we're all going to live forever, we don't want to live on top of a mountain of trash. So.
Well, that sounds like DC to me. I don't know. But also, what I can't get over, it's like only $20 you have now on your Kickstarter campaign. For $20 you get one, and but at $35 I get a stylus too.
Yes, you can. For $20 you can get the Remora by itself, and as you said, for $30 you can get the two bundled together if you don't already have a stylus, and so it's a good value. That's one of the things on Kickstarter people have come to expect, that if they're going to help you launch a product, you should offer them a special deal. So we try and do that, and do that in spades. So yes, I think it's a good deal, because if you don't support it on Kickstarter and you buy it at retail later on, you're going to spend $5, $10 more.
Yeah, so you're really, particularly on the combo. I mean, that's maybe $15, $20 more if you go there. So and what a great gift! I mean, for people now, thinking about the holidays, because they'll be here before we know it.
Well, and I'm lucky that, like so many people, I'm piggybacking on the success of Apple. Apple has sold over 200 million iPads.
Wow! So 200 million!
Theory, everybody out there that has an iPad,
200 million.
If they have a smart cover, they're ready to go.
Right.
If they don't have a smart cover, they can go to the Apple Store and get a smart cover. Now they can keep their stylus with it. So.
Well, my wife's going to the Apple Store tomorrow to take a course. She's on an iPad now, and so she got it. But don't tell her. I'll get her one for Christmas. That's right.
No, but you're right. The Christmas season is coming up, and one of and that's a big driver of sales for us, and that's part of the reason we time the Kickstarter campaign to come out during the summer, introduce the product to people. And then the fall comes on, and those people who
so you buy now, you get a hell of a deal, and you'll have it in time for Christmas, right?
Yeah,
because somebody in China who'll really get it here on time, right?
And that's one of the ways, that's one of the challenges. If you're going to make products in China the way Apple does, is to do good quality, get it on time. With the hand stylus, we had to produce 7,500 styluses.
Ooh.
We were hoping to maybe make 1,000.
Wow!
And we were only about 3 weeks late on our delivery, even though we had to make 7 times more than we had anticipated.
Goddamn customers got in the way. The damn customers screwed up everything, didn't they?
Well, as you probably know, you can go bankrupt from not enough business, and you can go bankrupt from too much business. So it's like your house plants. You don't water them enough, or you water them too much.
Right, that's true. Right, that's true. Right. Well, Steve, this is wonderful. And so Prism, PRISM Designs, DESIGNS.com, and that will be there forever. You got lots of products, and the Remora is now on the Kickstarter. Go there, because you see this great video he made. Now he's telling me he made his first video by himself. I don't know, you still make them there, because this is great. You belong in Hollywood if you are.
This one I did have a friend help me.
I see.
One of the things I discovered, when you make it yourself, it's just so difficult. You're trying to hold the camera.
Oh, right. Selfies.
So it was still my concept. I'm still the star of it. I still did a lot of and with the success of the first project, I had some money to spend on the video the first time around.
Right.
I had to totally bootstrap everything. Right. So that was one of the benefits that came to being successful.
Well, wonderful. Well, that's what $300,000 in Kickstarter does. Get you help with your next video, right? And so it's go ahead.
And as if they do go to prismdesigns.com,
right, good.
You'll see that the hand stylus was the first product, the Remora is the second product, but there's a whole succession of products, and you see them there on the website. And over the next 18 months, they'll each be launched on Kickstarter, and then they'll end up on the website, and hopefully they'll end up at the Apple Store and
everywhere. There's 200 million people waiting for this. Well, thank you so much, Steve. Take care, and that's prismdesigns.com. Take care.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, let me... Okay, now this fella has an interesting business. Yeah. He calls it, I think, biohacking or something like that. You know how people are taking now these, prescription drugs that are so dangerous to improve their brain power. I mean, kids want to study all night or have to work hard, or they just want to be smarter than the other person and things like that. And they take these prescription drugs that are really, dangerous and wind up in hospitals and even deaths and things like that. Well, what he has developed is a line of non-prescription. I mean, they're all sanctioned by the FDA and things like that, where they make them and the ingredients, but they're all harmless kind of stuff that you're doing. And he makes a whole business out of this. And what's interesting about it, he tests every new product by using crowdfunding. So he doesn't have to spend all his money on producing the product and then going out and selling it. No, he goes out and markets it on crowdfunding to see that if people want this, then he'll make it. So because, see, on crowdfunding, people order ahead of time. So they may not get the product for 4 or 5 months or something like that, but you got the money. They don't have anything. So you could go make the product. That's what was so neat when I used to go on television and selling books. Man, people would call my 800 number, give me the credit card, I got the money, they don't even have a book yet. Instead of like publishing the book, putting it in bookstores, maybe I get paid, maybe I don't, maybe they'll send all the books back. So that was terrible. You had to be very, you have a lot of money to do that. But not if you get customer monies first and then go publish the book. And that's what he's doing on crowdfunding. So every new product he has, he does it that way. People are used to this now. They won't go into a store, your Safeway or CVS or something like that, and give them money to get the product 3 months from now. But they will online. And that's why, as an entrepreneur, it gives you, an hedge, an advantage over every other business, because you don't need money to do anything. You just need the idea, and you make a sample and show it and whatever and test and make sure it works before you spend all the money making, a garage full of these things. And by the way, I have garage fulls of books that never sold because I had to do it the old way until I learned how to do it better. And then I'd write books and I'd sell them first before I did them, but then I had to send the money back to people. And that's the thing, same here. See, on the internet, if you're using a crowdfunding site and say you need $10,000 to go into production, but you only need 8, people get their money back. So nobody loses, and things like that. But now that maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe you should change the idea a little bit. Maybe you should do a whole new idea altogether. That's certainly a hell of a lot cheaper than making a garage full like I had and have these books sitting in the garage forever. So anybody wants to wallpaper the basement, I got a tax book. I'll send you a couple thousand copies so you could use that. But watch this interview. It's an interesting idea, how he's starting a business and the new stuff that's happening. So watch. Well, Michael Brandt, man, you shake your head like you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. You're not some crazy scientist or whatever like that. Man, you found out a way to make our brain work at 130%, 140% or whatever by just ingesting them. FDA-approved stuff, even candy, that really lifts our level, and it's going to lift the level of the whole country, that we're going to, we'll be able to beat those Chinese yet, won't we?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff that you can eat that affects your cognitive performance. I think we just know this naturally from alcohol or coffee or maybe other things that we take into our body. We know that things can affect our brain. And so I think it's about time that a brand really got out there and sold stuff that helps you to concentrate and do better at the work that you do. And hey, did you know that it's been shown that countries where people have higher IQs, they have lower instances of fatal car accidents?
Really?
Yeah, wow. I actually misstated it. There's a study done across 35 countries, right, and they showed that in those countries, people with higher IQs were less likely to get into car accidents. I think a smarter society is a safer society.
Right. Now, maybe we won't go to hospitals because data I've read recently that more people are dying by accident in hospitals than in cars anymore.
Yeah, no, I think the idea, maybe you or your viewers out there seeing the movie Limitless, where one guy, Bradley Cooper, takes a pill. Yes. Yeah, and he gets super smart. I think it's a really exciting, thrilling movie. I think that the one thing that's not totally accurate is I think in the future, what if everyone took the pill? Not just one person, but if a bunch of people were taking something to all be smarter, people researching cancer, the people getting us to Mars, the person directing traffic, the person driving the car next to you, everyone is a little bit smarter, a little bit more plugged in. I think that's awesome.
All right, no, I mean, they'd have to change the SAT test so we get 900s instead of 800s or whatever.
Yeah, there's something called the Flynn effect, which has been shown that on average, the IQ of the average American has bumped by 3 points per decade for the past 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because when you think about where we were 100 years ago, there were a lot more people in very menial jobs, using their hands or doing farm work, things like that. And now we deal with abstractions and symbols and the internet, and we're basically better able to conceptualize things.
But I think that's great because also we're living longer. So we want to use that brain. I mean, that's why what I'm doing now, I'm trying to exercise my brain. So I decided to take Mandarin lessons. I call it my Alzheimer's prevention program. But actually, I can take your candy.
Yeah. So we just launched this product that's called GoCubes that we're crowdfunding on Indiegogo. And GoCubes are... They're cubes. They're 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch gummy cubes, and they contain the equivalent of around half a cup of coffee. Wow. And specifically, what they contain is the same makeup as what's in our product called Sprint, which is a pill that you eat that helps you really plug in and do well if you have an exam or a long day at work or whatever. It's one of our standard products that's super popular. We basically pack that into a cube that tastes delicious. It's made with real coffee. It comes in a mocha flavor. It comes in a pure flavor. It comes in a latte flavor. They're super yummy. We've already sold something like $15,000 of these, and the product's not even...
But this is the one that's on Indiegogo now, right? Yeah. So we could order now, pre-order. Is it pre-order or is it really shipping soon?
It's pre-order. They're shipping soon. We're saying by end of year, and it should be a good deal sooner.
Wonderful. So Christmas, what a thing! And that's particularly older man. I mean, life is doing stuff, man. And it's not sitting and doing nothing. And so, if your mind is active and doing things, it seems like, man, you're at the smorgasbord of life. You can get more out of it. If you want to do more stuff.
Some people with their life, they design the Golden Gate Bridge or they launch a spaceship to the moon. Some people do incredible things. I think that sometimes we think negatively about people who work hard. We have this negative reaction towards workaholics or people who are stressed out from their work. But I think about Leonardo da Vinci or someone who's just really into their work. I think that any Renaissance, that's what the Renaissance is all about, is people really the life of the mind. And I think that maybe we're undergoing another renaissance.
But I think it gives you... I think that people think work is bad because they're doing something they don't like. Man, you're doing something you like. You want to work all the time. I can't wait to get up in the morning and work. It was sort of when I was younger, I'd play golf. I loved playing golf. I'd play in the rain, the snow, sleet, and hail. I'd go to work, and I wanted to be perfect. I said, that's stupid. You spend all day at something, you want to do something. And if you're charged up, and then... Man, because you're going to work harder, if you really love what you're doing. So now, if you have a little extra STP in your brain to make it run better. And it's all about contributing, right? So now you have a way to really give back to society more, make a contribution. And I think that's what it's all about, how much you can give before you die. So if something, a natural additive to your chemistry to help you give more, man, what could be better than that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if you're able to tap into something that lets you be more of who you already are, that's a really incredible thing.
Now, I people try to, if you know me, my work, I used to make an ass out of myself on TV all the time, My parents didn't even admit I was their kid, I think, for the first 10 years. Yeah, I was doing that. So, man, I'm genuinely excited about it. And that's, I think, part of any success I had is because of the joy of doing something. And that's right. To me, what you're doing is showing people how to get more joy out of life, And what could be better than that, that you have a more joyful life and you're contributing more. It's not only joy, it's not only selfishness. The joy in life is giving.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great way to put it.
So you're just really a selfish bastard, aren't you? You're getting everybody else, making everybody else's life happier because that makes you happy.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's an interesting way to put it. Like, yeah, is a firefighter fundamentally self-interested because they drive satisfaction out of saving people from houses? I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, they're saving people from houses. Like, if you're doing something good for society, like, and you're getting some kind of pleasure from it, like, cool. Like, it's good that you're getting your kicks from that than something bad, right? I'll say that.
And also, I think that's why people are dissatisfied at work. They don't feel like they're contributing anything. See? So, you're clogging a wheel and just there for a paycheck. I mean, that sounds like jail. You get 3 squares and a bed, and that's what you're there for, instead of really contributing. And that's why, to me, what you're doing is showing people how to contribute more than they even thought they could. Yeah. And I guess kids were doing that in college for exams, and now you say, hey, just don't do that and take prescription shit that's going to screw you up. You got a way to do this naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we saw a huge trend where people were taking Adderall to, study better. And I think it's interesting because Adderall, it's basically speed. I mean, it is. And it was never intended for everyday use by healthy adults. It was meant for people who have like serious trouble focusing, and it's been kind of appropriated by people to use just recreationally when they're trying to study. And our attitude was like, look, like, why? It's an interesting proof of concept that you'd eat something to help you study, but why can't there be something that's just available over the counter that costs only a couple of bucks? It's not illegal, and it's not speed. So we kind of studied the space and found a product that came up with a product that lets you have the same effect or similar effect that is just a supplement.
No, I mean, all your products, I mean, as you were explaining to me before we went on there, they're all FDA-approved ingredients. The manufacturers are all FDA-approved, so you're not some wacko in an apartment with his chemistry set, Yeah,
I mean, I think I came into the space. The space in general is called nootropics, and so our company's called NutriBox. And I came in, my business partner and I, we came in very skeptical, right? We're not the kind of people that have like the 20 different powders that we mix, that we eat. Like we came in very skeptical. We're like, what is this? Like, why does this bottle on the shelf at the supplement store have like proprietary blend or 20 different ingredients? Like, we came in very skeptical. We're like, why are you eating that random amount of magnesium? Like, where's the science behind that? And I think that skepticism has served us well as we built a company that's like, it kind of stands up to that kind of scrutiny.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. Well, Michael, I'm glad you're there. You're going to supercharge the rest of us. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that need that, and a lot of people that really want it. Yeah, would rather be better. And the Go Cubes. And what's the entry level price we could test your product on?
Let me double check that. Actually, we just added a new perk. And I want to make sure I'm quoting you right.
All about
the entry level. Oh, so we actually are sold out. We had a $15 perk.
Okay.
But we're all sold out. Our entry level perk is $20.
$20. Okay. So it's not some $50 thing. You're at the $20 level or whatever to start. And it's Nootro, NOOTROBOX, Nootrobox.com. To the crowdfunding site, and you see the other products, and you'll know, and whatever, and then you'll be, pass your SATs. And
yeah, absolutely. If you check out Nootrobox.com, you'll see a link to all of our products, and in particular, you'll see a link to Go Cubes, where you can go and check out our Indiegogo campaign, ask us any questions you have, read about it, check out our video. It's really crazy, and take a look at the perks. We're really excited to get this out there. We're working with one of the best candy manufacturers in the country. We've done 20 rounds of tasting around the flavor, so I think it's going to be something that people really, really like.
Great. Nootrobox, NOOTROBOX.com. Take care, Michael.
Cool. Thanks, Matthew.